Hi everyone, it's Julia from Julia's Bento. Yeah, what's with the mysterious music? Well, I thought I would cover a little more of what I did back in October. I was involved with one of the big challenges, the Inktober challenges of the month. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's just basically use any sort of ink, draw anything you want, but do it every day in October. So that was it. And I have to tell you, I really struggled with that for some reason for about a week and a half, and I did all these kind of things all over the place. And then I decided, you know what, it'd probably make it easier for me if I decide to focus on a theme. And my theme was authors, and more specifically Gothic authors, which is fitting for October. And you know, I'm sure you've seen some of the little author doodles and things like that I did over the year, and I really enjoyed it. So this was actually really fun to do. And I used no pencil, so no sketching. I just accepted anything that went awry and just kind of went with it. Sometimes you see probably like I have this thing with doing ears, so wherever I messed up, I probably just made more hair or something like that. So you might catch some of that. But anyways, these are the three ink pens that I use, or ink brush pens that I used. The Kurtaki and then also the Pentel ones. This one, it specifically is a lot grayer, a lot lighter tones. So, and then the other thing is, you know, after a night, the brush tip gets a little bit dry. So it is, you can see that. It's really nice to kind of sketch things out with because you don't have to commit to a dark line. I mean, granted, once you put the ink down, you put the ink down, but you could do other things with it if it's a little bit lighter. So this is how I would sketch things out at first. And then I would push out the ink to get a mid-tone. And then for the darker, I would, you know, go between these two pens. So these are the darker pens. Yeah, so these are the ones that I used, and that's all that I used. And then in terms of why I showed you this little guy, this is the cheapy sketchbook that you can get at Barnes & Noble's. Maybe $5, $6 or something like that. And what I really liked about this sketchbook is simply that, you know, it lays flat, first of all. The paper itself, you know, it's nothing super special, but it is a creamy color and it is a bit thicker, you know, so you could do things with it. But what's really kind of cool is, you know, if you open this up and you look at the spine, it's easy to go in and cut out some signatures in a block. So I roughly did, you know, 3 signatures at a time. And the reason why I'm doing this, of course, is so that I could fit it in my rotifaden without having, you know, big bulky issues. So yeah, I did about three of these signatures, you know, cut it along the side, and this is what I would put in my rotifaden. So, you know, for an example, this is the one that I, you know, use gouache and watercolor in. So there's one of them. And the other one I decided to use for my Inktober, just so that it could just stay in one area and be, you know, kind of coherent piece. So yeah, that's what I had in here, and that's what I used. And without further ado, I will put the flip through next. So thanks for stopping by.